Hello. So, it is time for week 7 of OFC S11. This week, we're up against Woomy Nation. And we need this win. Of course. We win this, we get into playoffs. But it's not going to be easy. The team is extremely scary, and building for it was not easy. The team consists of Iron Valiant, Tinglu, Kyurem, Slowking, Moltres, Serena, Weezing, Entei, Florf, Smeargle, and Thwacky. I didn't put it on the dog for some reason, I forgot, but Florf as well as Entei are their two Terra captains. I certainly expect one of them, the other. Terra Entei is... I don't expect Florf, Smeargle, or Thwacky, for reference. I don't think any of them have any place to come, especially because I think the other Pokemon here are all super, super good. Terra Entei is an extremely scary threat, and it can help neutralize some of my faster pieces, such as Thundurus and Meowscarada most notably, with Terra Normal and at E-speeds, no problem. But also, Entei is a pretty versatile Pokemon. I've used it before, and especially just giving it a defensive Terra typing, give it an Assault Vest, and it will just do work. Weezing can be very annoying, just a really bulky, physically offensive Pokemon. With Levitate, will actually switch into Bax quite well, like surprisingly. But also is a fairy resist for things like Rabombi. Just having that ground immunity maybe I think they are after. Neutralizing gas could be helpful against some things, but I mean it would turn off like Protein from Meowscarada, but for the most part I think it's fine. Definitely can also be a Meowscarada switching. Serena could come here. I don't think it's super great, but it could if they really want the like water resist for Blastoise. I think that's really the only thing it offers other than like removal that isn't forced on Moltres. Speaking of which, I think Moltres always comes anyway. Like, it's an incredible Meowscarada check. Give it a Rocky Helmet or just Boots if you're worried about rocks going up, which is very fair when I've got Glamora and Sandaconda. And it can just come in on Meow as I'm Udic turning and burn me, and that's not very fun. Otherwise, it still has great defensive utility into my team with things like Goldengo, Blaziken. Sure, it has rock moves, but still. And the same thing with Bags as well, and even Sandaconda. There's a lot of Pokemon that I have to do get rock coverage, but don't necessarily have the room to fit it. Slowking is its classic defensive piece that does all the things you know Slowking does, but then it also has the Kyurem pairing for receptioning into, and that can be very, very scary. I do have some checks to it, thankfully. Gold is not a bad check, but switching around Kyurem can be quite annoying. Tinglu is Tinglu, it's fat, it sets up hazards, it's annoying, really good into gold. Pretty solid into Thundurus. And it can take even super effective hits quite well. It can actually pretty handily, like, switching into Tinglu with like Bax is not really an option. It's not a great option anyway. So something like Blastoise would probably be like the best answer to it, or Meowscarada if I've got a decent amount of bulk. Maybe Rabombi as well, but pretty sure it gets heavy slams, so that's something to watch out for as well. And then, of course, the big they them in the room in Iron Valiant. Extremely scary Pokemon, especially into my team. It does not need to run booster speed, but it certainly can to cover the Choice Scarfers and also Meowscarada. Otherwise, I will have the fastest Pokemon in this matchup, and I mean, it's Val at the end of the day. It can do anything. It can be physical, it can be special, it can break with a choice item, it can be booster in any of its offensive stats, it can set up in myriad of ways. We do have answers to it. But it's the question of, are we going to be able to have enough answers to these Pokemon while also keeping up enough offensive pressure to break some of their defensive pieces? Things like Tinglu, Slowking, Moltres. These are all Pokemon I would expect to come. I kind of am expecting the top 5 plus Entei. I think all of those look really good. Like, maybe you fit Weezing into there somehow, but I think those top 5 plus Entei just look super, super good here. So, we've got some stuff though. We've got some stuff, thankfully. Starting with our Meowscarada. We are bringing protective pads because I don't want to get burned. I don't want to get burned. I want to be able to U-turn freely. There's gonna be Rocket Helmet somewhere. If it's not on Moltres, which it probably shouldn't be, it probably should be Boots, but there's probably a Rocky Helmet somewhere else, maybe on Slowking, like maybe even on Entei, or Tinglu, just to get Chip on Meowscarada. I don't want that. I want to be able to U-turn around freely. So we've got the protective pads, we've got Protean, a no grass move, we've got knockoff, play rough, U-turn, and spikes. I want to get a spike up in this game. The removal is Moltres, which I can pressure, and Serena, who I can also pressure. There's a couple of Pokemon I have that can pressure those Pokemon and kind of force them to play behind. So I do want to leave me out. Definitely want to be playing this game quite offensively. I've got a couple defensive pieces, but this is a team that is built to kind of play a bit more on the offensive side. So, knockoff is super spammable, and getting knockoffs off is really nice. And then the odd move is Play Rough. Play Rough is for Kyurem, it's for Tinglu, it's for Val. Choosing one move, because like I can't fit Flower Trick on here. Not when I need the extra damage into Pokemon like Valiant and Kyurem. Of course, Kyurem can be Scarf and Outspeed, but if it's not, then we can do really good damage with Play Rough or even just knock off just the call switches. Meowscarada looks really, really good here. However, we are needing some defensive pieces, and that is where our Balloon Goldingo comes in. We are especially defensive, but we are still modest we can take on Kyurem, I'm pretty sure, as long as it's not Specs. But if it's Specs and locking itself into Earth Power the first time, then we can get that Balloon safely in and start clicking Thunder Wave on things. Of course, Tinglu can always come in. There's nothing I can really do about that. But even just getting Chip on it would make it rain. Will be really helpful. Doesn't have recovery of its own, so just chipping it away slowly. And then being able to pick it off with one of my other Pokemon that does have coverage for it will be really nice. Otherwise, if Gold can stick around past Tinglu going down, it can be a really good special defensive pivot. Really good into Special Val. Even Shadow Balls don't do incredible damage, they do really good damage, don't get me wrong, it's a Valiant. But also, if it's physical with knockoff, then we'll most likely by that point have our item removed, and it won't do as much damage. So it still will be quite scary. Gold is very good here, but it's got a lot of pressure on it. So, but that's the nature of me bringing a fairly offensive team. The only other real defensive piece we have is Sandaconda. This is kind of here for physical Valiant, more so Entei. That's why we've got the Terrifier Rocky Helmet set here. Also helps pivoting, things like Moltres and Serena. Flip the type matchup on those Pokemon is really nice. We've got Shed Skin in case we get burned pre-Terror. And otherwise, we're mostly physical defensive. I don't remember exactly what the EVs do. I made this a few days ago. But we also want to get these Rocks up, because Rocks up for things like Kyurem, notably, and if we can get the knockoff on Moltres, they're going to be huge for us. Entei as well. All Pokemon that I would really like to get Rocks up for. So, Earthquake and Stone Edge. I'm not risking not having a Rock move for Moltres. I'm not going to be OHKOing the thing, but I can still do really, really good damage into it. And similar to Goldingo, we've got Glare on there, which at least can paralyze the Tinglu, because Thunder Wave can't, but Glare can, because it's a normal type move, it's not immune to Glare. So slowing that thing down, obviously not speed-wise, but like potentially with paras can be really nice here. If we want to be calling switches. Unless they bring Terra Ghost, I don't think actually they have anything immune to Glare. So, yeah. Really nice defensive piece here. These are kind of our two main defensive pieces. But we have a pseudo-defensive piece as well in Baxvalibur here. Bax offensively seems really solid, but it's just kind of like a bit awkward to get going, I feel like. Excuse me. The Bax propaganda came for me. It's just a bit awkward to get going. So instead, we're kind of using it as a bulky offense piece here. Because obviously, while we have no attack investment in quotes, we still got Element 4, and that's still enough to do really good damage. With the defense, special defense, and the assault vest, we can actually switch into Pokemon quite easily. Things like Tinglu, this is really nice at switching into. Obviously, we can't beat it, but it's nice at switching into it. It's also a really nice switch into Moltres and Slowking, mostly because we can't get burned thanks to Thermal Exchange. So I don't have to risk getting burned on this physical attacker, and we're able to fire off some really good damage with things like Icicle Crash and Earthquake. Really good type combination into the team. Of course, a Dragon move would be nice for Kyurem, but if there's a reality in which Kyurem comes in and Bax is in, then it's just not going to work. So, again, don't remember exactly what the EVs do. I know the EVs are speed creeping like slightly. I think this is for a 4-speed Moltres. But for the most part, we are really bulky, but can still do really good damage. Ice Shard is to help with priority wars. If they're, say, Terra Grass Entei, try and flip the matchup on Blastoise, then we've got Ice Shard for that. But also, it's just nice for a few things, like picking off like Val that's weakened, maybe as like a Scarf Serena or something. Oh, actually, no, that wouldn't work. Queenly Majesty is a thing. But it's just nice as an option to have. And Dragon Tail is really nice to stop setup. It's also nice into things like Slowking as well that just want to click Chilly Reception, which may dissuade them from bringing Chilly Reception because of my own backs. But I just think Kyurem looks really solid into me if they can play it right. So, but being able to phase them out with backs alongside the hazards that we have are really, really nice. Next up, we've got Scarf Glim. Scarf Glim outspeeds Val. That's all you need to know. Its Dual Stab is actually quite strong here, which is really nice as well. The combination of Sludge Wave and Power Gem does really good damage, with Energy Ball kind of mostly being there for the Slowking and the Tinglu. But otherwise, this thing being able to kind of break or clean up in the late game is really nice. We got Toxic there as a 4th move because no coverage move kind of made sense, and if Tinglu wants to come in and it's like super early game, I would rather just get a Toxic on it than try and hit it for like 30% power with Energy Ball. It's not worth it. And even if they don't go immediately to it, maybe they go into like Slowking, getting a Toxic on that could be nice as well. So it's probably just best to run that instead of another coverage move that I'm unlikely to click. Like, I'm not clicking Dazzling Gleam because why would I? Like, there's very like few situations where Dazzling Gleam could come up. So I'd rather just have Toxic as an option. So, I think Glim can do really well here. It's kind of a necessary evil because of Val. I'm very scared of Val, but also helps cover things like Kyurem, faster than Moltres, faster than Entei, and obviously resist the extreme speed as well, which is really nice. So, the best thing Entei can really go for is Stormy Tantrum into us and we'll be faster, unless they are Scarf themselves, but that kind of has its own issues. So, and last but not least, we are bringing Ribombee with also a Choice Scarf set. We're going Dual Scarfer here, something I very rarely do, but I think it's worth it, because we still have the fastest Pokemon in the matchup, because we are outspeeding Booster Val and trying to OHKO it with Moonblast. That is the whole reason it's here. It also outspeeds any other Scarfs they have, most notably Scarf Kyurem. You notice what I'm scared of here. The combination of those two extremely offensive threats is kind of rough for my defense to handle. So I'm kind of playing it more of an offensive game as a result, having things that could just come in and revenge. Bug Buzz is mostly here for like Serena, because like Moonblast will still do really good damage into Tinklu. Of course, Moltres kind of walls us, but you know, we can switch on it out. No problem. I don't care about this thing getting burned nearly as much as Meowscarada. But having the ability to have something faster than a Dragon Dance boosted what's it called? Dragon Dance boosted Kyurem or a Valiant with a boosted speed is really, really nice. If they go DD with Kyurem, there's a chance I just bring in Rabombi just to make sure they don't get the scale shot off. And then if I die afterwards, then we can go into, like, gold or something and try and deal with it that way. But I just can't really afford to let it get to +2 is the only thing. So, that is going to be a team. It's very offensive. Despite them having Tinglu and I guess Smeargle, I'm not bringing any removal. I'm playing offensive. The most likely removal I think is going to come from them is removal from Moltres anyway. So I think it's probably just best that I go with the more offensive approach and try and... No, I can't play defensive, basically. Into the offensive, Kyurem, Iron Valiant, and Terra Entei, it's very difficult for me to play defensive, and even some of their defensive Pokemon like Tinglu and Moltres do quite a lot of damage. So I kind of don't want to try and play too defensively here, so I'm going with more an offensive approach. Obviously, we have some defensive pivots, but they still do quite respectable damage. So hopefully we can pick up this win and head on into 5-2 and make playoffs. If so, that would be a really nice relief going into the final week. Alright, not sure how this is going to sound because this is my first video recording with my new setup. So, I also can't find my music. There we go. Okay, audio levels at least. I think I would test things like this, but here we are. Nope. Can't do it. Right. Let's do this. Oh, that's bad. They bring Smeargle. I didn't bring removal. I mean, my lead is always Meow then. Bring Wheezing, no Slowking. No Moltres, wow. A really full Moltres. No Kyurem either. Okay. Do I need to play this game quite differently then? I still for sure lead Meow. Daily Serena, I'm not about to just risk this thing being Scarf U-turn turn 1. Absolutely not. Oh, I really don't want this thing to be Scarf U-turn and kill me, but if they read my Poplar Switch,
gonna be real bad. If you're not leading Smeargle, then I'm wondering what their bet is. Unless they're just planning on leading this, you turning out and then going from... I'm really not sure what they want to do here. They just hard into Val. And I switched first, which means they're not scarfed. Okay, that's really good to know. So I'm really tempted to just Terrify now and just go for a glare. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I want to get this Terrifier active for Serena. Because then I've got a good switch into it. It's not booster. You get a Smeargle. Okay. I don't hate staying in here, right? Because, like, I've got Shed Skin, so if it's Spore, then it doesn't matter. That's huge. There's no other way of saying it, that's huge. This mono's done nothing, then. And there's no way it gets to do anything. Everyone on my team's faster than it. I'm not gonna glare this. Rope shot. Ooh, okay. I'd call him me going to Balloon Gold, but I did not. That seems like it did a lot, but... yeah, that's... That's definitely attack invested. For it to do 29.3, it needs at least... I think it's out of a max attack. Like, I don't think this is super bulky. It's not defensive anyway. If they're not really defensive, I trust it's 44. They don't have an item, so maybe they're just AB. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a crash then. If this goes down and Specs Glim looks... sorry, Scarf Glim looks really good. I mean, I'll take the chip on Val. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, I'll get a Dango now. I didn't see anything from this Val before. So I don't know if it's physical or special, but given the fact that they have Entei, Lou, and Serena, I'm guessing it's special. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't. Annoyingly, if I actually had attack investment, I could have gone Ice Shard and killed, but here we are. You call it. That seems like it's... Okay. It's... No, because that would be special attack boost. 55%? Probably expert belt then. Is what I'm guessing. Can I get that damage with timid? No. So modest expert belt? Can they get that damage with specs? It will be a low roll on specs. I'll go to Meow. Can I get that damage with mid-expert belt? No. Okay, so it's either timid specs or modest expert belt. Okay, and they go Serena. I know this time you're not scarfed, so I'm just going to U-turn on out. And then be able to go into Poplar. So, I'm gonna want my Val to get some health at some point. I just don't know when that opportunity is gonna come up. Val, Dingo. Okay, sack Smeagol. Makes sense. I'm just gonna go into a Bombi. Another one I just feel safest going into. Need some chip on Entei and Weezing, and this can clean up. Blue confirm. Yeah, I mean it's definitely AV if you're coming in. I'm just scared of it having a rock move. Stonage wouldn't kill. Ooh, okay. You just go for rocks. Yeah, and I don't have removal. think this is where I make a call. Did they go to Entei? Because this is an AV. Ooh, so... Damn. Yeah, I just kind of have to stay in at this point. If Entei does come in, I go into Sanaconda. They're wheezing. Okay. I mean, what are you gonna do to me? Like, genuinely. Didn't think about that. But I'm really useless. Well, I was already useless anyway. So, like, I don't know. I'm fine with it. Also, I had a Goldengo. I'm so confused. I should have gone Goldengo. I had no reason not to, but, like... Oh, if they call me here, it's gonna be really bad. But they might just expect me to sack this now. And just, like, sludge bomb me. I also don't know why. I just wasn't thinking about it being neutralizing gas, so I should have EQ'd. I don't think it would have killed. Oh, it sucks I haven't been able to get hazards up. I've got 2 different hazards and I just can't get them up. I should have ran water spin on Bloom, but I just wasn't thinking about it. Thinking, how the hell do I kill Tingloo? Okay. Oh. Did you kill me? Knock off when I have no item? Likely. Depends if it's got speed. I have no speed. Get me if they're adamant. Yeah. I'm gonna try it. Like, really, I'm not gonna get much better opportunity. I mean, with Wheezing weakened, that just leaves Entei to take chip before Scoff or Bombi wins. So we are faster. The knock for 47, which means it's adamant. Trying to get to 48, then get 49. So if we can get to 49, then I can paralyze this and then recover. Try and fish for a para. If we get chip on Lu, then Glim looks really good. Is U-turn. Okay. I mean, this is where Entei comes in. Oh, Lu comes in. They're really saving this Entei. Just like talking to. Moonblast does 44. Meow's player rough does 52. But 44 to 52. I mean, Nox doing the fattiest of zeros. I'm just gonna play rough. Actually, setting a layer of spikes is fine, I think. Yeah, let me set a layer. But I say, wait, why didn't my protein go off? Neutralizing gas is up. Yeah, I can U-turn out. I'm guessing they're Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna go for one recover. If they pain split, then I'll just make it rain. You just don't want a T-wave on a switch to Tiny Lu. But keeping this Goldingo healthy is gonna be nice. But yeah, now I've at least got a spike up. Oh, this is really tough. They do switch to Lou. I get my recover off, which is nice. The best they can do is heavy slam on, yeah. Which does do a lot. He'll do a ton. I can't go to Poplar. It's adamant, man. That has a chance. Tell me. Do I take that risk? I can revenge Val. Or I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna make it rain. I think they go for heavy slam or switch here. I don't think they EQ. I've gone to Meow on this thing the last couple times. I think they just go for it. Worst case I die, and it sucks. Mostly because I don't have a switch into wheezing anymore. I got Glim actually. Glim's fine. Did they go for it? They went for heavy slam. I made the call. And then just the -1. Well, let me just go. 21 to 25. I did 38% with the first one. Which shouldn't be possible unless they're minus, but I guess it's probably 37.9. I probably got a max roll. We get the kill here. Very nice. Lou goes down. Made the call. Which is really, really nice. Then I'm gonna go to Poplar. Poplar's gonna be my own answer for this at this point. This thing can terror. Damn, they made that call. Fair enough. I mean, it wasn't a risky play to make, right? I did a lot as well. Sandaconda versus Ente. Even if I'm terrified. That's Adamant Band. That is Adamant Band. So I stay in to get chip. Right? Yeah, get my Rocky Helmet chip. How much does this do to for Bombay? What does Gloom do? Power Gem Deluxe. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into Gloom and click Power Gem. Oh no, because it can Terror. How much does Meow's Knock do? Okay. I think I go Meow. I think I just click Knock. Oh, apparently my music's running. This has been a long battle. The plan is to go Knock. And then so it won't kill. So go with Serena. Get rid of AV. I mean, Gloom's my win condition. It's gonna be close. They go to enter. I mean, Bandit E-Speed kills me, but I'm gonna force them to go for it. Yeah, because that way I get my chip. You go for Sacred Fire, I now know they're not banded into that. Spikes kills Serena. This dies. Bloom to Wheezing. Does 34 to 40. Does a 2-hit KO on Wheezing. I don't think the Power Gems gets a Vow. Ooh, it might. Depends on their investment, because spikes are up. But that is my win condition, so I don't want to risk it. I think I'm just going to go for Sludge Wave. I imagine they sack Serena here. Yeah, makes sense. Now I'm playing with knowledge of something that they don't have. The neutralizing gas. My question is, what move? So I recently learned that this thing gets Psybeam. Thanks to the SPL. So I'm going to double check that this thing doesn't get a single ground move. It can't Terra. Yeah, for some reason it's Psybeam. But like, otherwise I don't see a move it can go for. I mean, the safe play is just go gold, right? Like, what's it gonna do to me? I can just bring back in Glim. Yeah, just Willows. And then I can make it rain? Do I need to make it rain? Baldinger versus physical defensive weapon? 48. Not guaranteed. I'll go for make it rain. Because I don't want it pain splitting. I think I've got this one. Definitely got lucky against the Smeargle. And then some right calls, some wrong calls, but I think the call on Ting Blue really helped. Because I think it specs Vacuum Wave Val. And Glim can take that. Glim can take that. Because they're two choice users in the back, like, they've got to make choices. Funny that. Yeah. But yeah, they've really not got many options left. Entei can only come in once. And regardless, I should be able to go into... Which is, if they go to Entei, they can't E-Speed. They have to Sacred Fire. Or Stomping, I guess. I think the right way to do it is, if they go Val, I stay in. 100% of the time I stay in against Val. If they go to Entei, I go to Meow. If they click Sacred Fire, I die, go to Glim. If they click Stomping, I get to U-turn. In case they want to save it. Either way, getting me into Scarf Glim, which wins me the game. Yeah. So... And I keep this around so they can't go for a Specs Vacuum Wave endgame. That's my logic. Because if this is around, they can't go for Specs Vacuum Wave. Because I think they're either Modest Expert Belt, which wouldn't make sense when I've got Thunders, or they're Timid Specs. So... And I'm going off the assumption that they're Timid Specs, which means they almost certainly have Vacuum Wave. So when eliminating Vacuum Wave is an option. But yeah. If they... I mean, there's going to be E-Speed on there. Might be a Terra Blast. Maybe Flare Blitz, maybe Crunch. Not sure. just Flare Blitz, so they die. Kind of the same outcome. But Glim gets to come in. And I am faster guaranteed. GG. Because they're not Scarf. They can't be Scarf at this point. Oh, thank God. We got the win. That puts us 5-3. No, 5-2. So yeah, that does it. We should be locked for playoffs. It was a close one, but we did get it, and certainly happy about that. Definitely got a bit lucky with the Smeagol, but I think I played that endgame pretty decently. Note to self, if we're gonna bring Glim, probably just bring Spin on it if I'm not using, like, the Toxic made sense in theory, but God, having Rapid Spin would have been lovely here. So I could have come in and gone for Mortal Spin. I got rid of the rocks. So, but yeah, Scarf Glim coming in clutch. So yeah, we're 5-2 plus, I don't know, something small. Another quick look. Because all the stats have been updated, I think. There's one other match that needs to be played, but we're 5-3 plus 7. And the only other match that hasn't been played is a match that if they win, then we'll be in 4th, otherwise we'll be in 3rd. There's a bunch of 4-3s. There are 4 4-3s right now, and one 4-2, which needs to play. So yeah, like, we're looking good. We just need to, if we can clutch up this last week, it's amazing. But yeah, that is gonna do it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.